Now, if you see a foreign car on the road, the chances are it arrived in this country via the Humber ports. Global car makers including Kia, BMW and Suzuki use Grimsby and Immingham as a gateway to the British market. So what will happen after Brexit? Some are warning that the price of new cars could rise by more than £1,000 if no deal is struck on import and export duties. Others, though, argue it will be business as usual. As Sarah Corker reports.
It's 7 in the evening at the port of Immingham and the Jutlandia is coming into dock carrying hundreds of brand new cars from Europe. Grimsby and Immingham are two of the UK's busiest car ports, handling 500,000 vehicles every year. 85% of vehicles in the UK are imported, and every day thousands arrive from the EU without customs checks or tariffs, and the car industry is bracing itself for a bumpy Brexit. And just a few miles from the port is Kia's huge British import base.
The vehicle starts its life in Slovakia, so basically from factory all the way to the customer is roughly about 20 days.
And I guess it doesn't take much to disrupt that.
It doesn't. It could be part supply. We have to plan ahead. You can't do this sort of operation overnight.
And so to really understand what impact Brexit could have, we have to go 1,200 miles east to the beginning of the supply chain. This is Kia's factory in Slovakia. The dance and rhythm of robots helped to build an entire car in a matter of hours. The vehicles are then moved across Europe by truck and train. But could Brexit derail this smooth operation? The freight train weaves its way from Slovakia through Poland and onwards to Western Germany. That's where we pick up the trail. Kia's trade route across Europe has taken more than a decade to perfect and refine. This is Cuxhaven, a gateway to northern England. This is a relaxed seaside town at the maritime crossroads between the North and Baltic Seas. The main industries are tourism, fishing and freight, especially cars. Now this car is just a couple of days old. It's arrived from Slovakia this morning. Hello. We're going to track its journey to the UK. And I'm also here to meet the teams that keep these cars moving across borders.
In terms of the car business, we have more than 50% of the entire volume is related to the UK.
Wow, so Brexit is a bit of a headache.
Absolutely. This will definitely change something in Cuxhaven, but nobody knows exactly what. So the very ideal solution for me is to have another referendum in the UK and stopping the Brexit. This is more paperwork, more administrative work, more costs, and it will delay the whole process, yes. If we will have a hard Brexit, I guess tax or duty of a car coming from UK or going to the UK is by about 10%, which makes a car 10% more expensive, which definitely will change the market situation.
Hi Marcus, how are you?
Hi Sarah, nice to meet you.
Show me around Cuxhaven then. Over at the harbour I met Marcus, who works for a global shipping firm. He has at least 2 Brexit-related meetings every week, mostly about future customs checks.
We do that, for example, between the UK and Norway. We do it also between Germany and Russia. So, and we can also and will prepare on that. But we first of all needs to know the conditions and the requirements.
And that matters because these new trade conditions, the extra checks and costs, will have an effect on the goods arriving on the Humber. Back at the sea terminal, hundreds of cars are being loaded for the afternoon crossing to Immingham. This is frictionless, borderless, free-flowing trade from mainland Europe to the UK in action. The car industry bosses have warned that if import tariffs are put on new cars made in Europe like these, then it could push up the cost of the average family car by around £1,500. The industry wants these seamless borders maintained. The question is, how?